All right, welcome back. We're back for our second day of the security bars. So their guys are already back here working. They're listening to music, so we can't just go back there and watch them. Unfortunately, when we do, we'll have to edit out the music. So, but they're busy welding. It's like just after 8.
Yeah.
They've already been at it for probably a half hour, pretty close to a half an hour. So they actually started early, and like we showed you last night, the frames and the stuff they're putting in the frames is looking really good. We have to figure out today how they're going to attach them to the actually inside of the window frames. So that's going to determine whether we paint them now or if we can take them out and paint them later. So we'll have to figure that out today and kind of go from there as far as what our plan is. I was on the phone talking to my son earlier, and we were talking about just how busy things are, and the whole process of building the house was really busy, and it was every day. And we thought, oh, now the house is up, we're going to be moved in, and it's going to kind of calm down, which it has to a degree. We're not jumping every day, and we can relax a little bit more. But as far as being busy, it hasn't stopped. I mean, we always have something that we want to get done. I'm trying to get dirt moved into the hole, and just Ed's down on the other end of the property trying to whack down a bunch of weeds and get that taken care of before rainy season. And we want to get more of the ceiling done. We get doing the security bars. We want to get paint. We want fence up. It's a never-ending deal. So it's way busier than the average person understands. I think. The house is up. It's great. Love it. It's just not even us. We didn't expect it to remain as busy as it is, and obviously we're trying to get as much done as we can before we head back to the U.S. for a few months, and that way when we come back, we're going to have a good base to work off of. We won't have as much stuff to get done that's necessary for comfortable living here. Not that we're not comfortable, but with the ceiling, it makes a difference. So at a minimum, we're going to try and get the ceiling done in the 2 spare bedrooms and the spare bathroom before we leave. Paint's going to wait. We can't afford it. It's too expensive for us to go at right now, and we just don't have the ability to do it. We're trying to prioritize everything and get everything what we want done, and so when we go back to the States, we have a whole laundry list of stuff that we're going to send over to Ballard Buying Boxes. So a lot of that will be helpful in finishing the house to the way we want it. So very pleased with everything so far. It's been great. The guys are working just like they did when we were building the house. They're doing a great job. They're doing good work. They really are. They got here. We gave them breakfast this morning, and these guys, they know us, so they don't necessarily expect it. They just know that it's going to be there, and I know that they appreciate that. So they got out there and started working way before the normal start time
After
is.
breakfast,
Yeah, as soon as breakfast was done, they went out and started.
they had pandesal.
And it's just like Ed. Ed is always out here. He's out here as soon as it gets light. He's out here at the end of the property working, digging up weeds and stuff. And
I don't know if I can zoom. It's gonna be too.
yeah, he's down there. We ought to walk down and just show him, but what he's doing. So let's do that. We'll walk you down here real quick, and then we'll take you around and show you the progress on the steel security bars. All right, so we're down here by where Ed is working. He's cleared a lot of this off and burned out the weeds and stuff previously, and he's working along the edge of this cut up here. And we're talking about putting in some goat pens out here. I was out here talking to him earlier. Just some fencing and some. We're gonna pull. There's a bunch of concrete posts down here that are not exactly on the property line. So we're gonna pull all of those. Some are not worth anything. They're broken. They've been here for a long time. We're gonna pull those. We're gonna use those to set up the fencing for the goats. We're gonna have multiple pens for the goats, so we can move the goats from one to another and keep the grass and the weeds down. They'll be our lawn mowers for the area. So we'll have several different pens, and we'll just rotate them through.
Where's Chunky?
He's over here. You see him? Yeah, you can barely see Chunky over here. The grass is getting tall. So that's what the plan is.
May bisita ka. Ayan oh, may bisita ka. Nakikita mo ba?
I mean, you can see Ed's been really busy. It's hot. It's really hot. He's over here just going to town, taking care of it all, getting it all laid out so we can burn it.
Ayan
And get it taken care of. So these are the concrete posts I was talking about. This one's broken. Most of them are cracked. We don't need something that's really, really high for the goats. We just need something to keep them penned up a little bit. We've had about a dozen goats on the property this morning, and nobody knows whose goats they are, you know, other than probably the owner, because they wander all through this area, and we don't want that. So like this whole area here, this whole section right here, will probably be one big area for goats. We'll probably have 3 or maybe 4 different little pens set up, and we're just going to rotate them through it. So we'll have the goats. We'll have the ability to get some goat's milk, make some goat cheese and stuff like that. So that's what our plan is out here. It has been non-stop out here. This comes out early in the morning. If nobody's ever seen termite mounds, there's one right there. It's about as tall as I am. And once we get this all cleared, we're going to come back. We're going to knock all these down and hopefully get all of this dirt back into the hole back there. And I mean, this isn't normal just break apart dirt. It's hard. So you can see the little honeycomb from the termites down there, like right here. And you can tell them, I mean, they grow up, and you can see them out in the fields too. You can see the big mounds of dirt. So we're going to try and make this as nice as we can and keep it that way. And Ed's been doing a great job. He's like a machine. He just comes and starts and just he does it so he can burn a section at a time and get that all taken care of, and hopefully get this all wrapped up and cleaned up. This is the nicest area of the property, so it'll be nice having it all taken care of. So with that, we'll shut it off here and go back and show you the security bars.
The guys are still on their lunch break, and we have some materials to paint the bars before it.
Yeah, we want to get them painted before, because it's going to be harder to take them off. So the whole box, all of this, cost us about $50 total. So we have thinner, lacquer thinner. We have another jug of that up at the Kubo that we'll use. I got paint thinner. We have epoxy primer, and that's for all the steel, obviously. A couple brushes. We got some white paint. We decided we'd paint them white. And then we have two more gallons of epoxy primer. So all of this for $50. I know that we bought some paint back in the United States for improvement project we did at home, and it was about
25 bucks?
$25 for a gallon.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 gallons total. We have, well, more than that actually. So we got 3.5 gallons of primer and paint, along with the thinner, brushes, rollers, for $50. So that just gives you an idea of what the stuff here costs. And the epoxy primer is specifically for the
Is it for steel?
for the steel. That's what they want to use it, and because we have other primer that we've used on the doors, but they specifically want the epoxy primer. So that's what we got for about $50, and we'll go around and take a look at how they're coming on everything. Now they've got to grind and smooth off a lot of the weld before we can, well, actually they're going to prime, and then we will paint. So it shouldn't be a big deal. It's warm enough out here, it's not going to take long for any of it to dry. It'll go pretty quick, I think. And we'll just get it all put on as quick as we can. So they're cruising through them. We've got, I don't know how many over there now. 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 over there.
And then they made more frame.
And we got a couple more here. We got the frames over
here's
here.
the frame.
And I believe this one is for the living room.
Yeah.
I think it's for the living room. And then still got the master to do. And then out here. So they're looking good. I mean, they're looking really nice. Kitchen one is done, other than the grinding. All of these need to be ground still. But it's they're all looking good. And we're gonna paint them white, so it'll
Match the window.
match the window frames and stuff. Got the goats over here coming cruising by for their midday snack. Got our local wildlife here that is here every day.
Well, somebody's trying to catch that one.
Yeah, it hasn't been back yet. I don't know if they thought it enough. It hasn't come back here yet. But we're still doing stuff out here. It's still working out here. Not right this moment, but it's too warm right now. It's overcast right now, and it's still just hot. I mean, it is really hot. And I've got a lot of dirt here to move.
That one?
No, it's a different
no.
one. Still got a lot of dirt to move here, and just a lot of different things going on. And but everything's going, and we wanted to show you what we got for $50. I mean, it's may not seem like that big of a deal, but if you look at just the primer and the paint, there's a big difference in price. So, you know, we'd be looking at probably $100 at least just for the 3.5 gallons total, probably close to $100. And then with all of this, it would be over $100, I think. So that's it. I mean, we were able to get that, so we will be able to just kind of roll through it as they get stuff done and grinded, flat and smooth, and then primed. Then we can go in and paint, and then they can install. So I don't know when that will start. I don't know whether it'll start today or not, but we wanted to make sure we had the stuff. So once that does start, we can go and just cruise through it and get it done quickly. So with that, that's our update for right now, and we'll be back later this afternoon for another one. For the one side of the master window.
I think those are for the bathrooms, right?
Yeah, those are for the bathrooms. So they're getting all these welds in. We need a little bit extra flat rock, so we're getting that delivered in the morning. You can see all these over here are done. We got the, as you see in the video earlier, that we got the primer and the paint. So as soon as they start getting these finished, grinded, and everything, we will start. They're going to prime them, and then we will start painting. Yeah, so they've got all of them. I just counted them, and the two little ones for the bathrooms, the ones that are over there, these, and the big one. That's all of our windows. That's 12. They've still got to do this and do the gate. But other than that, they're cruising right along. So, and it's going to be strong. I mean, there's no doubt. It's tough. There's nothing that's going to prevent 100% from people getting in the house. But if they want to get in, they're going to find a way to get in. But these are a big help. And like we said earlier, we went with white. It'll match the window frames, and I just think it will look better than having a dark color. In the Philippines, most everybody realizes that, like the granite, everybody wants dark. Dark tile, dark granite, dark everything. And that's just not what we want in the house. So we're going to paint these white. And this is our newest member of the neighborhood. She's an older dog. She's got some issues with her hips. She doesn't have a home. She's been wandering around, and I guess she just decided to adopt us. So she's here now. She hangs out with us, and pretty much all day stays under the wood over there. So that's going to be it for today. We're going to be back again tomorrow for day 3 for the security bars. We're going to go for a walk, get some exercise. It's very hot today. Not as bad as yesterday because of the breeze today, but it was still really hot. So please subscribe if you haven't. Share the videos with friends and family. Ask them to subscribe if you would, please. Like the videos if you like them. And join us again tomorrow for our adventures in the Philippines. Thanks for watching.